Georgio. Senator Georgio.
Thank you, Mr President. My question is directed to Senator Brandis. Senator, the Smart Cities Plan was launched last year as a blueprint to encourage jobs and growth across the nation. It set out the Australian Government's vision for our cities, metropolitan and regional, and its commitment to smart investment, smart policy and smart technology. In July, the Government released the performance framework for the city deals. However, I was disappointed to learn that only cities with populations of 85,000 or more were included. As a result, this effectively eliminates every country city in Western Australia. Does the federal government acknowledge there are economically significant regional cities in Western Australia, such as Kalgoorlie, Boulder, Greater Geraldton, Karratha and Port Hedland? And if so, why are they not included in the performance framework?
The Attorney-General, in the capacity of representing the Prime Minister, Senator Brandis.
Well, thank you very much, Senator Georgiou, and thank you also for the courtesy of advance notice of the question and of your acknowledgement of the government's Smart Cities policy, which is indeed a very, very good policy. A key pillar of that policy is the performance framework to which you have referred. It recognises the important role that cities, both regional and metropolitan, play in driving the national economy. This is also true of Western Australian cities, where a range of regional cities, including Bunbury, Rockingham, Geraldton, Mandurah and others, are playing a key role in the Western Australian economy. The government is developing the first ever National Cities Performance Framework to be released later this year. The framework will track the performance of Australia's cities and support an evidence-based approach to cities policy. This online and interactive framework will provide a snapshot of the productivity, livability and progress of our major centres. As a starting point, the framework will focus on the 21 largest cities, with the framework to be expanded over time alongside Australia's Regions Yearbook. So, Senator Georgiou, the point I make to you is that there are criteria. Those criteria are published criteria within the National Cities Performance Framework. They are being developed over time. There are thresholds for eligibility, as there are in any evidence-based policy area, and there will be some cities in Western Australia, regional cities such as those I've referred to, which will meet those thresholds and others which will not.
Thank you, Attorney-General. Senator Georgiou, a supplementary question.
Will the government move to lower the population threshold to include regional Western Australia and other regional areas across Australia?
Attorney-General.
Well, as I said a moment ago, Senator Georgiou, the performance framework is designed to be a living resource that will be expanded and approved over time. So just because the thresholds may lie at a particular population size at the moment does not mean that they are unable to be revised and will be revised with the passage of time. Future updates to the performance framework may include the addition of new cities or indicators where these are identified as priorities by stakeholders. Regional issues are important to the Australian government and are also addressed through other initiatives, including Australia's Regions Yearbook. But, Senator Georgiou, to your main point, these thresholds are always a matter that the government keeps under review.
Thank you, Attorney-General. Senator Georgiou, final supplementary question.
Will the Regional Growth Fund, which has $272 million in the pot for grants of $10 million or more, be considered to fund transformational projects that are agreed to out of any regional city deals?
Attorney-General.
Well, Senator Georgiou, it is vitally important that economic opportunity is secured and shared right across Australia, which is why the Australian government is very proud of some of the policies that you've raised in your question to me today. That is why, in particular, this government delivers economic leadership to the regions. Regional city deals are about leveraging our major strategic investments to deliver broader outcomes for a community, including co-commitments from all levels of government as well as from the private sector. The Regional Growth Fund includes $272.2 million to provide grants of $10 million or more for major transformational projects which support long-term economic growth and create jobs in regions undergoing structural adjustment. The guidelines for the Regional Growth Fund are currently being developed and will be published when that development is finalised.
Thank you, Attorney General.